funniest thing I ever did was stand behind Deborah Harry in a New York City gay club and lean forward to sniff her hair. Cigarettes, hairspray, and sweat, since you're interested. She is speaking from the Competent Communications Manual, speech number 10. Inspire your audience. The title of her speech is 2 or 3. Okay, no, I'm sorry, that's not the title of her speech. That's a little preview. The title of her speech is Vegas or Death. Body in.
So the fall of 2008 is memorable to most people for either the global financial crisis or the election of Barack Obama, which was either the avoidance of the apocalypse or the beginning of the end times, depending on your political persuasion. For me, the fall of 2008 was beginning of what I call my year of death. I went to 7 funerals in 13 months and gave 4 eulogies. My mother buried her second husband, my stepfather. My father buried his 4th wife, my 3rd stepmother. I buried one of my childhood friends, one of the most amazing men I've ever known, dead at 31 with brain cancer. And then I also buried a girl that I helped raise, through babysitting and big sister fondness, dead at 24 of brain illness. In some ways, the other funerals I attended of 90-year-old men were kind of reliefs. It was leaving to celebrate a life as opposed to mourn one cut short. What I learned is that if life is made of love and tears, the business of death is made of paperwork. Death certificates, insurance forms, funeral home contracts, Social Security applications, church secretary bulletin boards, the submission guidelines for obituaries for newspaper after newspaper. Business of death turns you into a bureaucratic zombie. It makes you think that all life is just a cataloging of the debris of your life. And when my mother decided that she was going to spend her 60th birthday inventorying all of the possessions of her dead husband, my sister and I decided to stage an intervention. We are going to Vegas! We are going to Vegas. Vegas, baby! I mean, I can see some of you thinking, oh my God, that's so inappropriate in the time of grief to go to Sin City, bright lights, big city, Mike Tyson, tigers, hookers who come to your door, all you can eat buffets, Cher and showgirls. How inappropriate. Yes, precisely. Vegas. Because when the business of death is telling you that a life must fit into checked boxes of goodwill bins, Vegas is big. Vegas is uncontrollable. Vegas is unpredictable. And in many ways, Vegas is the perfect place to go through the 5 stages of grief. For example, my mother, she gets off the plane, the first hand that she plays, a 3-card poker, she wins $1,300. 3-card poker was my stepfather's favorite game, and she was kind of feeling a connection, and she's like, the trip is on me! Stage 1 is denial. Later on in that trip, she and I were politely escorted from the Cirque du Soleil performance of Love, which is the Beatles' performance of Cirque du Soleil. We were politely escorted by the security guards because we were very loudly objecting to their interpretation of Yesterday. I mean, they were doing this carnival, avant-garde thing. We're like, no! Yesterday is sad. It is sad, it must be sad! And they were very, very drunk. And I did not punch that security guard. I was actually tripping and I caught my face and balanced on his face. Stage 2, anger. Stage 3, my father really kind of brought home. 3 weeks after burying his 4th wife, he arranged to have a candlelight dinner with one of his old girlfriends from outside of Vegas. It goes to show that Optimism triumphs over empirical evidence every time. Stage 4, stage 3, bargaining. Stage 4 was when you realized that Vegas delivers. By deliver, I mean room service. We had room service will deliver donuts, will deliver champagne, filet mignon, pork belly tacos, ice cream, coffee. Because sometimes, you know, my mother couldn't stop crying and couldn't leave the bathroom. Stage 4, depression. Stage 5 was when my sister and I caught each other on our 3rd trip to the ATM that evening and politely pretended not to see each other. Because you know, I mean, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to keep the night rolling. Believe it or not, Vegas actually helped. We went 3 times in the year of death. One time, each time after one of my parents buried their spouse, and then after Paige, a 24-year-old, died in her sleep. And after Vegas, my mother stopped trying to catalog everything of her life with my stepfather and started thinking about the future, her future. My father, God love him, dived into online dating, looking for wife number 5, because this time he's going to be the one. My friends and I set up a memorial for James, and we still trade all of his jokes over social media. Because Vegas reminds you that you are gloriously, impossibly alive. And anything can happen when you're alive. Vegas is a neon-soaked dare. It dares you to laugh, to love, to get into a fight with a security guard, to cry in the bathroom, to eat all you can from a buffet table, to order a hooker at 3 o'clock in the morning. Because sometimes you win. And when you win, the whole table erupts, there's lights, there's sounds, the whole table's like, yeah, right on! And sometimes the hooker steals your mother's credit card and goes on a jewelry shopping spree, and it's a very awkward conversation to have with a credit card company in the morning. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but in Vegas, there's always another game. Because how your life changes isn't always up to you. I mean, if there's anything 7 funerals in 13 months will teach you, is that how this ride ends, how all of us end, it's actually not up to us. No matter what kind of person you are, good, bad, ugly, you're not going to survive it. Life is something none of us survive. So all you really have is a choice, a chance. And Vegas brings this out to you. For every turn of the card, every pull of the slot, every roll of the dice, your life can change. Or not. It's your choice. And what are you going to choose? Are you going to choose fear? Are you going to choose grief? Are you going to choose government forms? Are you going to choose the endless acquisition of stuff that basically just haunts your house when you're gone? Or Vegas? Vegas, baby. Vegas. Vegas or death? It's really that simple. I come ready to gamble.